Sí, hablo español y puedo pronunciar algunas palabras.
First, I want to thank William Shewfelt for granting me this interview. He's a very kind guy and a great person. So Will, I'm very grateful to you for the disposition you had and for making this possible. Para todo aquel que está viendo este video debe de saber que es contenido bilingüe, pero especialmente dedicado para todos los fans latinoamericanos. Pues precisamente antes de hacer la entrevista, Will y yo estábamos hablando de que a pesar de ser una gran comunidad de fans latinoamericanos, no tenemos mucho contenido en YouTube o redes sociales acerca de esta gran franquicia, por lo que aprovechen al máximo este contenido especialmente hecho para todos ustedes, porque en esta entrevista William Shewfelt nos hablará de cómo es que él no audicionó para el papel del Red Ranger, pues tenía en mente otro color. Nos contará si la producción de Ninja Steel estaba enterada de que Monty era un personaje gay, como el actor Caleb Bendit lo confirmó a través de sus redes sociales recientemente. Además, ¿qué es lo que William honestamente piensa sobre su propia temporada? ¿Cuáles eran sus expectativas luego de obtener el papel? ¿Y qué es lo que él hubiera cambiado de Power Rangers Ninja Steel? También nos dará algunos tips del cómo lograr un camino en la actuación e intentar audicionar para un rol de Power Rangers. Adicionalmente, tengo para ti algunas de las curiosidades de la vida del actor y cómo es que fue esta hasta el momento en que formó parte de la franquicia. ¿Quieres saber cómo fue su proceso de audición, así como su filosofía de vida? Pues quédate para averiguarlo. Sin más, yo soy Yera CCE, ¡comenzamos! William Matthew Shewfelt nació el 19 de mayo de 1995 en Modesto, California, dedicado desde niño al deporte en disciplinas como el atletismo o karate. Este último lo practicó por 7 años. De niño veía a Taylor Lautner como Shark Boy y anhelaba con estar en su lugar. Después de todo, él contaba con las habilidades requeridas. Se dedicó al arms wrestling durante sus 13 y 18 años. La gente no lo sabe, pero también es considerado un deporte donde se realizan torneos. Es admirador de Sylvester Stallone y Arnold Schwarzenegger. Hoy en día, William es un amante y promotor del fitness a través de sus redes o conferencias. Recientemente escribió el libro PA Diet en colaboración con el Dr. Ted Naiman, y él mismo nos cuenta si solo es para gente experimentada en el tema o para cualquiera que desee iniciar una vida sana.
This book is for anyone who wants to improve their health and to have a healthy life. Dr. Ted and I both believe that the difference between someone who is 75 and athletic and can go on hikes and can spend time with their grandkids versus someone who's 75 and they're hunched over and they're maybe not able to walk or they're very overweight. The difference between those two different people is generally it comes down to diet and exercise. And most people are so confused about diet. Exercise is kind of self-explanatory, but diet is the really confusing part, and we hear about all these different diets. Do you eat meat? Do you not eat meat? Do you count calories? Do you not count calories? Should you fast? Should you not fast? And what we want to do is simplify all of that and make it super easy for people to know what they should actually do.
Este libro está disponible para todo el continente americano.
Yes, available for both of the Americas, so yes for Latin fans, and we have an amazing friend over at Keto Gains, and his name is Luis Villaseñor, and he's going to be translating it into Spanish.
Posteriormente, William entró a la Universidad de Los Ángeles para estudiar economía. Sin embargo, no era feliz con eso y un día se preguntó, si estuvieras en cama moribundo y miraras hacia atrás para ver tus logros, ¿habría algo que desearías haber hecho? Parte de su sueño siempre fue la actuación, por lo que a la edad de 20 años detuvo su carrera de economía y trabajó duro durante 1 año en su nueva meta. Pasado ese tiempo, obtiene el papel para ser el nuevo Ranger Rojo en 2017. Pero, ¿qué tan difícil es tomar una decisión tan contundente en la vida y cómo fue ese giro de 180 grados para el actor? Pues William nos lo cuenta de viva voz y además nos da unos consejos bastante interesantes para quienes buscamos abrirnos camino en la actuación. ¿Qué pasó después de tu decisión de dejar economía que cambió todo hasta hoy?
So when I decided to leave economics, I'd been toying with the idea for about a year,
but I was really, really scared, so I never quite did it. But finally, it was in the winter of about 2015, maybe? No, yeah, I think it was, we're going into winter semester of 2015, and I thought, man, last year, my sophomore year, I wanted to get into acting, but I never did. And then here comes another year, and, you know, am I going to do this again? Am I not going to go for acting again? So I started reading books, and I'm trying to think of the books I was reading. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I was reading books about goal setting, but I said, okay, you know what? I'm going to take this seriously. I'm going to set myself a 100-day goal to, to book certain roles and to move forward in acting. And I set those goals, and one night I was really, really like thinking deeply about this. One night I was thinking about it, and I decided, you know what? This is your life. This is your life, and any way that you choose to live it, you can make it work. You can succeed. So let's choose to make it the way that you want to make it. And I decided that I would switch my major to theater, and I would turn economics into a minor, and I would move forward like that.
¿Por cuánto tiempo, dónde y cómo estudiaste actuación?
I studied acting at UC San Diego for about 2 semesters. When I was there, I was taking acting classes, and I was doing plays, and I was auditioning for everything I could. I read books on acting. I like Stella Adler. I love Marlon Brando's stuff. I'm very intrigued by method acting. I don't understand it, but I'm intrigued by it. I also took an acting class in LA for a few months, probably about 4 months. But generally, I just try to figure things out as I go. I didn't want to waste time. I wanted to keep going.
¿Terminaste tu carrera en economía o la dejaste antes?
I left before I finished it because I decided that it didn't really serve me in any way. In the future, I may decide to go back and get a degree. It's possible. But currently, it doesn't serve any of my goals, and I don't see a reason to. So in my last year of college, I left.
¿Cómo se enfrenta un camino tan difícil como la actuación o el fitness sin rendirse en el intento?
I try not to think too much about the difficulty of it, and all I focus on is what I need to get done every day. If you think too much about the difficulty of it, like, wow, I'm trying to start an online business, how many people fail doing this? I'm trying to become an actor, how many failed actors are there, blah, blah, blah. Like, that kind of thinking will make you fail. But if you focus on, okay, what's my goal? What do I need to do to get there? And then what do I have to do today? That way, you've kind of got blinders on, and you're only focused on what you need to get done. And you also want to be surrounded by positive people, motivational people, inspirational people.
¿Es difícil enfrentar las críticas y obstáculos de la gente o incluso de tu propia familia?
It depends. Criticism is a form of fuel, and when people criticize you, it can really fuel your ambition, and it can fuel the energy towards which you put into your work. So criticism can be used as fuel. Is it difficult to face that? It can be, depending on who's saying it, but usually no. Usually I laugh it off and I use it as fuel. My family never really disapproved of what I was doing, mainly because I didn't tell them at first. And when I did tell them, I had already accumulated a few wins. So yeah, they never disapproved. My mom did want me to graduate, but that wasn't in my plans, so I decided not to.
¿Tienes algunos consejos para las personas que buscan el éxito en la autosuperación pero no quieren dejar un trabajo seguro?
I would say don't leave your safe job. Every single day, improve yourself outside of that job, within the job. I think that you can't shortcut the path to success. You can't just leave everything you're doing and try something new. I think you need to excel in every single thing you're doing. So whatever your current job is, do the best you can at that. When I was studying economics, I didn't just lounge around and do nothing. I became president of our economic society. I was trying to advance myself. I was always moving up and moving forward. So I definitely recommend work really hard on the tasks you already have laid out in front of you, and then seek to improve yourself outside of those through reading, through networking, through professional opportunities, through making plans for your career, things like that.
¿Cómo ha cambiado el William Shewfelt de hoy al William Shewfelt antes de decidir dejar economía? ¿Y qué has aprendido a través de los años?
Wow, they're very, very different people. The William that decided to leave economics, we share a lot of similarities. So he was extremely focused on his goal. He was very extreme in his approach to it. So, it had to work or else there was no other path. there was no balance in my life, so it was just an extreme dedication to work and to goal setting, and I had no social aspect of my life, no relationships. I didn't spend much time with friends, so it was a very single-minded focus on succeeding. What I've learned over the years is that as human beings, we have multiple sides to ourselves, and to be a truly healthy person, you have to take care of all of that. You need to take care of your mind, your emotions, your relationships, your friendships, your health, your work as well, but you can't allow any one of those aspects to dominate your entire life. And I also think I'm more productive now without spending as much time working. I've learned how to become more productive in less time.
Muchas veces has hablado sobre la necesidad de definir prioridades para alcanzar el éxito, pero ¿cómo encuentras el equilibrio entre familia, el trabajo y otros proyectos?
Basically, you have to decide what you're willing to sacrifice in each of those areas and what is most important to you. For me, family is most important, and then comes work and my personal goals and things like that. But to me, family is the most important thing. I spend as much time with my family as I can. I'll usually visit them once a month. I live about 5 hours away from them, and then I call my mom regularly. Me and her are always talking. You don't need more hours every day, but you have to schedule your days, and you have to know how you're spending each hour. You do have to make sacrifices, that's true. Sometimes not everything works out, and you might make mistakes, or you might feel that things didn't go the way you wanted them to, but even in those situations, you can't beat yourself up about that, because you have to ask yourself, what was the learning experience there? What did I learn from that? And then what do I do moving forward? So as long as you're always learning from the experiences, that's the most important thing.
¿Tienes tiempo para ti mismo?
Yes, I make sure to spend time, or to take time out for myself. Otherwise, I become dull. I'm not as sharp. I'm not as efficient with my work.
En octubre del 2017, William intervino en una colaboración musical junto a Ito Worldwide, con el sencillo Rising Song, y posteriormente con Cannonball. Y él nos habla de cómo es que surgió la idea para participar en el ámbito musical.
Basically, we met at a convention, and he proposed the idea of doing a song for me, and I really like some of his previous work. I'm a huge fan of rap, and I said, yeah, let's definitely let's do a song. But what we didn't intend to do was for me to be on the song. So I proposed the idea, the closer the song got, and then I got on the song and I rapped, and he was a big fan of it. He really liked it. I really enjoyed it too. So it worked out really well. We clicked. And we decided to continue making music together.
Ya tienes 2 colaboraciones de hip hop. ¿Es esto por única ocasión o es el comienzo de una carrera musical?
Well, I don't want to jump the gun with anything. I'm just going to say that me and him are going to keep working and we're going to keep putting music out.
¿Tienes alguna canción que te motive, ya sea que estés triste o feliz?
As weird as this sounds, I love Latin trap because I feel like it embodies so much spirit and so much charisma. I really, really enjoy it. So I listen to that usually to energize me.
La noche anterior a la audición, William Shewfelt estaba en Los Ángeles haciendo un comercial de una marca de refrescos, pero a la vez estaba en San Diego, así que justamente cuando iba de regreso revisó su email y su agente le informaba sobre una audición para un programa infantil de acción al día siguiente en Los Ángeles. William dice haber estado muy bronceado en ese momento y que debido a la premura solo tuvo 5 horas para dormir, pero que grabó los diálogos que le habían dado y los memorizó mientras manejaba de vuelta repitiendo el audio una y otra vez. Al llegar a la audición, por alguna razón, no recordaba algunas palabras o frases y se decía a sí mismo, hombre, si me traen de regreso después de esto, es una mala decisión de su parte, pero al final resultó que sí lo llamaron de nuevo y esta vez en la prueba de cámara sí lo hizo bien. Ahora, el ser parte de la franquicia de Power Rangers lo ha introducido a una gran comunidad de fans y actores, y esto el actor lo sabe, así que nos cuenta más sobre sus experiencias como el Red Ranger. ¿Con cuál de los actores de otras temporadas de Power Rangers tienes una amistad más fuerte?
I would say I'm great friends with Peter Sidarso, with Jordy, with Nico. So I'm really good friends with the guys from my season. Outside of that, I know quite a few other Power Rangers, but I'm not super close with any of them.
¿Qué temporadas de Power Rangers has visto y cuáles son tus favoritas?
Honest truth, none of them. That's the honest truth right there. I'm not gonna lie. None of them.
¿Le hiciste una broma a Jason David Frank?
And he took it pretty well. He was a very cool guy.
El elenco completo de Ninja Steel estaba enterado de que Monty era un personaje gay en Ninja Steel.
I didn't know if Monty was or wasn't a gay character, but if Caleb said so, then I think he's probably trying to pull someone's leg.
¿Qué fue lo más incómodo de los trajes de entrenamiento de Ninja Steel?
Everything, I would say. How tight they were, how hot they were. When you sweat in them, it was not good.
¿Qué similitudes hay entre Brody Romero y William Shewfelt?
They both try their hardest. I would say that's one of the major similarities. Brody and William both try their hardest and they give their all into everything they do. I think they're both talented individuals and they both try as hard as they can, and I think they've both got bright futures in front of them.
¿Cuál es tu frase favorita de Brody?
Now that was epic.
You look like a phone, and I'm gonna hang you up. It's morphin' time!
You look like a phone, and I'm gonna hang you up. I would go with epic.
¿Sabes por qué Saban le daba a sus personajes frases representativas?
Fantastico! Was epic.
Phenomenal, huh?
I think it's mainly because they want it to catch on with young kids, and then it's also something fun if you ever press a button on a toy. It's just memorable and marketable.
El color favorito de William Shewfelt era el azul, por lo que durante sus audiciones iba con ropa de ese color. Además de que creía que le sentaba bien, la mayoría de los aspirantes siempre iban vestidos de rojo, por lo que era bastante obvio para cuál Ranger estaban audicionando. Sin embargo, Will afirma que las audiciones no son exclusivas de un color, simplemente llegan y para los directores o productores no hay un personaje en específico para el cual estés ahí, y todos reciben las mismas escenas, incluso las chicas pero con otros personajes. Will afirma que las audiciones solo tratan de la forma en que te representas a ti mismo, y ellos van decidiendo en qué color te clasifican. Según Shewfelt, estas fueron las fases por las que pasó durante su proceso de audición. 1. Su agente le llama para una audición. En el caso de los que mandan video en línea, muy probablemente reciban dicha llamada. 2. Llegas y el primer filtro es hacer una o dos escenas, tales como ayudar a alguien, explicar una lección de vida, una plática con tus padres, etc. 3. Recibes una llamada confirmándote que pasas al siguiente filtro, uno o dos filtros. Prueba de cámara con la presencia de todos los productores. 5. Espera lenta y eterna alrededor de 3 meses. William Shewfelt también tiene las siguientes recomendaciones para aquellos que desean audicionar para una futura temporada.
Yes, so set the goal. Say that you want to be a Power Ranger, and then ask yourself, what does it take to get there? Okay, well, who is the casting director? How do you audition for that? How do you audition for anything? How do you get an agent? How do you get acting experience? How do you get headshots? Where do you find acting classes? How do you, work on your appearance? How do you work on your acting skills? All of those things, there's steps that you can take. So that's what you want to focus on. How do you get to the goal? And then what steps can you take?
¿Qué tanto te ayuda una agencia a obtener oportunidades para actuar?
In a big way, yeah. In a big way, agencies help you to get opportunities in acting. Yeah, it's super important to have an agency when you're trying to get into acting because you can't really book that many roles yourself, at least not reputable roles.
Power Rangers sin duda ha sido una franquicia que ha marcado al actor, pero sabemos que no todo siempre es perfecto, y unas de las preguntas obligadas son las que le hice a continuación. Sin embargo, tengo que destacar la gran madurez y conciencia que tiene el actor sobre su temporada. ¿Cuáles son las diferencias entre las expectativas que tenías para Ninja Steel y lo que terminó resultando?
I thought it would be actually a much like older kind of, I thought it would be almost sort of like a Star Wars vibe, and I saw it being more of like a DC, like Dark Knight kind of thing. It ended up being much younger and brighter and like goofier than I expected.
¿Qué cambiarías de tu temporada?
I would simply focus not on appealing to a certain age group. I would still keep it young, but I would focus on making it the absolute best show that any kid or teenager can possibly watch. I think the budget is there, I think that the talent is there, and I think that the production company can pull that off. It'll simply take a change in mindset. If you look at the shows that kids like to watch, kids love to watch these DC animated movies. They love to watch, they like to watch really, really good shows, and kids are extremely mature mature these days. So you don't have to pander to them, and you don't have to like age things down. You can honestly keep things pretty mature, you know, without profanity, without any sort of explicitness. You can keep things kind of mature, and kids will understand, and they'll appreciate that too.
¿Sabes por qué Víctor y Monty tuvieron tanta presencia en esta temporada?
I have no idea, but I love both those guys, and I thought they were pretty funny. And as people, they were extremely funny.
¿Qué habrías cambiado sobre tu personaje, Brody?
I would have made Brody even more skilled. You know, I would have given him even more chances to show off his abilities as a fighter and as a ninja. I would have given him a greater character arc with his brother and with his father. And I think special missions, things like that. There's tons.
¿Te gustaría que en algún futuro tu personaje pueda regresar y desarrollar esa historia que tenía tanto potencial pero que no fue explotado, ya sea en cómic o en alguna próxima temporada?
Yes, absolutely, and that's something that I'm working on currently to make some of those things happen.
¿O te gustaría volver a la franquicia interpretando a otro personaje como lo han hecho otros actores?
No, I would like to return as Brody, without a doubt.
¿Quién crees que es el responsable del guión de Ninja Steel? ¿The Ship? ¿Jason Bishop? ¿Saban? ¿Nickelodeon? ¿Alguien más?
Let's see. I wouldn't put any fault on anyone. I think all of them did the absolute best of their ability within the constraints of, you know, of the show and of their expectations. Everybody answers to somebody else, and you have to ask yourself, so who's at the top of that pyramid, and then what are their goals, and how do they see the franchise, and why do they want it to go where they want it to go? And that's ultimately what it's about. And then here's the real thing. If we don't like something about it, it's up to us to change it. So, you know, you can complain as much as you want, but if you don't like something about the show, like, you have to change it on your own. And that's why I think fan fiction films are great. I think the comic books are great. I think you can always inspire change by not necessarily working within the structure, but you can work outside of it and inspire change. But you have to keep moving. You have to keep doing things. You have to keep working on stuff, putting out new ideas, taking every opportunity. So it takes a pretty nonstop approach.
¿Aparecerás en Beast Morphers?
I will not be on Beast Morphers.
¿Sabes español? ¿Podrías pronunciar algunas palabras?
Sí, hablo español y puedo pronunciar algunas palabras, pero no practico español mucho ahora. Solo escucho a Anuel y Bad Bunny y Ozuna y Karol G y Arcángel. Es todo que puedo hablar. Sí, cuando estaba en la escuela estudiaba español por 5 años. Sí, por 5 años, y español era uno de mis sujetos favoritos cuando estaba en la escuela, pero ahora no lo hablo bien. Es muy mal.
Actualmente William continúa cosechando éxitos y ahora interpretará a Nightwing junto a Jason Font como Batman en una propuesta alternativa por Colony 4 Productions. Además, en abril acaba de lanzar su nuevo sencillo, Right Time. Muchas felicidades a William Shewfelt. Esto es todo por parte de la entrevista que realicé a William Shewfelt, y de verdad no porque me la haya concedido, pero creo que tiene una gran noción de lo que la franquicia representa para los fans. Precisamente por eso me animé a preguntarle qué es lo que él pensaba acerca de que su personaje tal vez necesitó un poco más de desarrollo en su temporada, porque ciertamente creo que Brody tenía un gran potencial en su historia y en algún momento se fueron olvidando de esta situación, y Will lo sabe, pero como él lo dice, él sigue adelante y sigue buscando lo mejor para los fans. No por nada, de forma amable y muy comprometida, nos ha concedido esta interesantísima información para toda la comunidad latina. Así que no echen a la basura todos los consejos que nos ha brindado Will, porque yo espero aplicarlos en el logro de mis metas personales. Pero si quieres un análisis más a fondo acerca de lo dicho en esta entrevista, déjamelo en los comentarios y deja un like si así lo deseas. So thank you so much, Will. I really enjoyed making this video, and I'm so sorry for the delay. Please keep achieving goals, and I'm sure one day I'll become a Power Ranger too. So everybody who's watching this video, thank you so much, and please subscribe. I am Jeros S.A. Hasta la próxima. Anytime you want, it's the rendezvous. Meet tonight, it's a night for
or two. We can be alone in the nighttime.